Well, hello there, Libra. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about October. October is going to have 5 weeks in it, so it's going to be a long reading. More to the point, I have changed my spread completely, so it is going to be a completely different style than you've seen before. I am doing something where we're using all 12 houses of the astrological chart, and then we're going to add the tarot cards to explain where you are, what's blocking, what your solution is in each one of those houses for each week of the year, of the month, pardon me. So yeah, that would be a really long reading. Anyway, it's going to be really cool. I hope you like it. I would love for you to make comments in the bottom to let me know how it jives with you. And of course, if you don't have a lot of time for the whole overview, you can just shimmy on over down to the bottom of at the end and see the full in-depth reading because I'm going to do the overview, which is just the first where you are's for all 5 weeks. We have 5 decks. It's going to be great. So without further ado, I'm going to light a candle. This one is called Radiance, and I think it's going to have a lot of nice energy for it. We'll go ahead and light this baby up. Get the energy flowing. Just everything on the floor right now. Yay! And we'll go ahead and get started. So I have, like I said, I have 5 decks here. Each one will be used individually for a given week. All right? So that is going to be interesting. And the candle just went out. I guess there's just not enough candle left in there. All right, Libra, we're actually going to try something else. Ha! That candle went out just like that. Not enough left. So we're going to use this love candle, all right? This is kind of a neat, pretty candle. I hope it smells lovely, just like the other. Yeah, let's go ahead and... There we go. Dropping things on the floor. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Now we have some light. Yay. Love that. And I told you we have the 5 decks. They're all going to be for the 5 weeks. This is going to be the first week for September 29th through October 5th. I'm going to go ahead and lay these cards out. This deck is called the TheTransient Light Tarot. All the decks will be in the description box below, of course. So do look at that if you're enjoying the imagery on the cards and you want to get one for yourself. Everything's on Etsy these days, so not to worry. You can get things wherever you like. Actually, I'll make a little more space. When we pile things up, it gets interesting. So, yes, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to lay these out, but I'm also going to read them right away. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to go ahead and read them right away, and then we'll move on to the next week, okay? So, I'll set these over here. These are all pre-programmed decks for you and you alone for these particular weeks. So, each one is very cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it, right? This area, each area I'm going to introduce you to, we're going to go all the way around the wheel, and this wheel starts right here with the first house, and we're talking about the self. I may be calling them something else besides houses. So, so right here we're talking about the self, what's going on with you on September 29th through October 5th. We have the Devil card, and the Devil card is showing me, of course, that there is something going on for you this particular week where you may be looking to do some things that are less than awesome for yourself. You might be sabotaging yourself, whether it's breaking your diet or not working out like you usually do, or in some way you're going to be causing yourself some trouble, okay? This could be in relationships or otherwise. I think that because those are covered here, we might actually find the area where you're sabotaging yourself. But this is mostly inside your head, okay? So there's something inside your head that might be tripping you up, okay? Causing you to cause yourself some trouble. Try not to, but I understand sometimes we do that. We speak poorly to ourselves. Let's talk about the money department. There we go. We're going to call them all departments, right? Okay, so we have the Chariot. There's a lot of movement happening for you in your money department, all right? So you are either moving money around to make it work harder for you, or you're getting more money to put into your accounts. So this is pretty cool. I like this version of movement I see you changing things up. Maybe you're getting ready to make a big purchase, or in some cases, you are working out some other stuff. So I really feel there's a big purchase kind of vibe to this. So yay, movement for your house, movement for your vehicles, movement for you. Yay. Possibly your job could be changing and you'll end up with more money. That would be wonderful, right? So now we're going to move over to the communication department. All of these are going to get more clarification at the end of this video. All right, so if I breeze through a little bit, don't be alarmed. We'll come back to it. The Nine of Pentacles is showing me that in communication, you're going to have an abundance of information coming to you, quite possibly about money, and it's going to be useful and beneficial. All right, so you are going to genuinely be getting good information about your finances. Love that. It's kind of helping out the money department here. Very good stuff. Excellent. Let us now look at the family department. All right, so this section here is talking about your family and what's going on with your family. You are feeling empowered. You're feeling like people are respecting your point of view and what you have to say about things. Maybe you brought up an idea and they're like, yes, let's do that. So now you feel a little more, I'm not going to say in charge, but like I said, empowered, which is really cool. It's nice to have people respecting you and appreciating your input and treating you like an adult. Huzzah. I always like that, especially that weird transitional time when you go from a younger person to an older person, and yet people just either don't get on board or they do. So they're getting on board. Yay. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and talk about the love department, all right? So things are happening in the love department, and things that may not have seemed fair recently within the love department. This doesn't have to be relationships. This can be something that you feel very strongly about or very much so appreciate. It could be your favorite hobby. It could be your favorite pet. It could be anything where you're putting a lot of love into it, right? Could be a garden, right? So what we're looking at is how justice is coming. Something is going to get more fair in that department. You are genuinely reaching a place in this where things are coming together, right? You're having enough time to be there and take care of it. You're giving it as much time as you can and more than you have in the past. So that's kind of what it's reminding me of, is that, oh, you haven't had time for it lately. So now you're finally giving it the time that it deserves, and it's feeling more fair, okay? I kid you not that if it's a pet, the dog has been wanting to go for walks and you're finally getting out there to walk. Perfect. Good job. Let us now talk about the Department of Work and Health, all right? And we have the Death card in the Work and Health Department. And that doesn't mean that anyone is dying, okay? All that means is that something that you've been doing in your health department needs to change. You need to let go of something you've been doing in your health department. Maybe for some of you, this is a sugar thing, or this could be a salt thing. It could be dietary that you need to work on. And you need to just let something go so you can move on and be better and grow, right? So the other thing that can be going on with your health department is just like, I'm going to let go of one routine that I've been doing as a workout because it's not working anymore, and I'm going to move on to something else. So think it through, come up with your plan, and know what that means for you. Your work department, okay? Because it's both, all right? This is both work and health, so we're going to cover both every time we touch this spot. Ooh-wee. It feels like there is a change happening at work. You might have to let somebody go. You might have to release an employee. You might need to release a way of thinking at work that is not working for you anymore. Or you may need to just sort of let go of the job itself and move on to something else so that you can move forward. Hey, we were talking about how the Chariot showed up in your money department, so you might be changing jobs and having something change in your money. Okay? So that could definitely facilitate that process if you change jobs. All right? So hang on to your hat there, Libra. We are working it through, okay? So let's talk about now the marriage and relationship department. All right? So this is all about marriage and relationships. Oh my, you have the Nine of Cups. You have all the things are going on and you're having all your wishes fulfilled in relationships. So I really like that. That's nice. You're doing a great job. Yay! Perfect. Good job. I hope that it's going, well, obviously it's going well. Perfect. We're going to talk about this release department. This is an area of your life where you need to let something go. Very much, it's also the death department, so don't let the word upset you. It is just a word that references things that are no longer useful. When you're out in the garden, there's oftentimes dead leaves and things, and you just take them off and put them on the ground, or put them in a sack and get rid of them, right? Release. We are getting rid of things that no longer are growing. That's all. And we're acknowledging what's not growing in our lives. Perfect. So this card here is showing me that there is new information coming to you about something you need to learn that will help you identify things that are not working in your life. Okay? So that's very cool. I hope that you will appreciate this interesting deck. It's a little different than anything I've used before, but it's super fun. I like the imagery. So now then, let us talk about the next department over. I think that what you find out here is going to be very helpful. You don't always have every week a need to do any real release. So sometimes it's just gathering information and figuring things out. All right? And I see you gathering information. This card here is talking about how when it comes to movement and travel in your life, whatever you're doing here, it's part of your karma, right? You have worked things through to create this situation where the movement you have coming in your department right now, in your life, is absolutely stuff you have worked for. This is something that's, I mean, I feel like the job change is happening for you in a very good way. And it might include some travel, but it's going to be awesome. Everything you've done has come to this place. You're doing great things, okay? Don't discount yourself at all. You are truly handling your business and doing a very good job, all right? Now then, let's talk about the ambition department, all right? That's going to be a new, I know, this is all new, so it's really a lot of different areas of your life that we're talking about on the regular. And we have the Two of Wands, showing me that the thing that gets you up in the morning is like a cup of coffee, right? The thing that drives you each day. You're like, hey, I want to get up in the morning and I got to get going and I got to do this thing. And it's like a cup of coffee. So there's the fist holding a mug of coffee. All right, that thing, your drive for the day. So what's your drive for the day? We're talking about the Two of Wands. Your drive for this week is about the doorway that's opening for you. And this only speaks very clearly to me about your work and about your money and all. I mean, we have all these cards are coming together to say that there's a big change happening for you with your work, your money, everything is happening, and there's a doorway opening for you in your ambition department. Love that. Very cool. Now then, we have your friends department. Okay, this is going to be all about your posse, the people. You might have friends from work, friends from family, and growing up, friends from school, friends from all kinds of places, and even just maybe your neighbors, all right? But we're talking about your friends right now and how you are dealing with your friends. Looks like the Eight of Pentacles has shown up to say that there's going to be a lot of work for you right now. You have to physically get in there and do some labor to make sure your friends understand where you're coming from and what's going on, and that you still care, okay? So it's very important that you stay on point about that, okay? It's good, right on. Now then, we're going to talk about a new area, another new area. Anyway, this is the unknown department. Things that are unknown to us. Oftentimes, this card will represent things that are going on in more than one of these 12 houses, these 11 houses, and can't be covered honestly by one card, right? So it's additional information that will apply to different areas, okay? And so it's sort of, we call it a secret, almost, but I also like to think of it as the area of unknown information. So it'll be something that will reveal itself in more than one area, all right? And for now, before we go deeper, it is the Five of Swords, all right? The Five of Swords, taking your power back, claiming your power, but taking control of a situation that you've not been in control before, or you were a little bit and then you delegated it and now you got to take it back, all right? So indeed, I can see a few areas where this is true. All right, this might be in the devil department right here, with yourself, certainly at work, and with all that stuff going on with work. All right, with the family. Remember the Ace of Swords showed up there. And of course, taking a little bit more power back and creating more justice in your love department. All right, so see, it applies to many areas. Perfect. So, very cool. This is what it looks like to do a brief overview of 1 week. So, we're going to move on to the next week and grab another deck. All right, also pre-programmed and ready to go for you. Let us lay these cards out. This deck is the Wild Unknown Tarot, so it's very cool. I like it. The imagery on this one is also lovely. All the cards will go into the bottom. I have one deck that I still can't remember the name of it, but I'm using it anyway. I love it. It's a great deck, and we will use that for next week. Meaning, when I'm done with this, we'll move on to that deck. All right? But once again, of course, I'll have that information and put it where it belongs at the right time. So, this card here is talking about where you are this particular week, which is the 6th through the 12th of October. We have Temperance. So you yourself are in a place where you're trying to step into the flow again. You're trying to remember that, you know, there's always enough, and you don't have to overstep or push so hard all the time. If you do a little bit of releasing of things, you can find that you'll open up to the flow, and there's always enough, okay? Reprogram your brain, starting now, that there's always enough. And hopefully this week will turn into something else, right? Because when you get to the place where there's always enough, you no longer have to struggle so hard, right? Everything works out, all right? So there will always be enough to take care of whatever you need to take care of, okay? You hang in there, all right? The struggle needs to end for you in that department, and I hope that it will. So let's talk now about the money department. We have you fighting for your worth and value. This is the Knight of Pentacles, showing that you need to stand up for what you're worth. Apparently, although we had money stuff happening and changing, they didn't quite settle it out. So you need to stand up and make sure you're getting paid properly, and that everything is going according to plan. So check the paperwork, cross those I's and dot those T's, you know. Whoops. You know what I meant. All right. So now we're going to go on ahead and talk about communication. So we have the Five of Wands, showing that getting people together and bringing people together is kind of your thing. You have a way of just sending out the group text, and everybody wants to show up and be where you are. They want to do what you want to do. This is good stuff. We want you to apply yourself in that way. Rally your troops. Get your people to come together and do something this week. It'll be fun. Let us now speak of the family. The family, we have the Six of Wands. So you are going to be sharing your ideas with your family, and they're going to be receptive. They're going to hear you. They're going to appreciate what you're bringing out. This is going to be great. You have a brand new idea about what you want to do and how you want to apply yourself, and this is going to be helpful to you, okay? So we're going to appreciate that moment where your family is listening to you. You're feeling victorious in some way. This is good stuff, all right? This is good sharing and caring and appreciation. And now we'll talk about your love department for the week of the 6th through the 12th. We have the Hierophant. Aha. We are looking for more structure and something, maybe even a token of appreciation, or a token that says, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, this is what's going on within this space. So there might be that, remember, we've worked on getting into some more balance here with the thing that we love the most, and now we're creating structure. We're like, okay, cool. I started walking the dog again, and now I'm going to go make it a 4-mile walk every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. Boom. And now that's cool. You may, in fact, want to get special shoes or other gear that makes it more comfortable for you and more appropriate for you at that time. So you see what I'm saying. You want to acquire something that is you're doubling down, you're committing to something in a way. So this is a bigger commitment to whatever that thing is that you love. This could be a relationship for some, but mostly this is going to be some other thing that you love very much. If you're in the garden and you're like, okay, I'm going to double down, I'm going to get the canning gear so that I can start canning my sauces and do my thing. I'm definitely going to get some good knee pads so that I can definitely do that. This is really a good way of handling that situation. I think that you will find whatever you do, it will benefit the situation and things will thrive. All right? Nice. So let us go ahead and talk about your work health department. All right? So we have the Knight of Wands showing me that you're fighting for your ideas. Interesting. We had the Knight of Pentacles over here. Now you're fighting for your ideas at work too. So your reception at the new situation at work, or as you're working towards changing over, isn't going smoothly at this point. It really seems like you're butting heads with folks, and they're not really getting on board with what you have to say, which is super annoying, and I apologize for that. I mean, not that I have anything to say about it, but wow, what a drag, right? If you got bumped up to the job, you might as well be the one they should be respecting you, right? So now, in the health area, we are, one more time, remember we had death. We were looking at making some changes, releasing some things in our health department, but we are now, we're having a little conversation with ourselves. I think you're fighting with yourself in this situation about what you've created for your new health department, and it's irritating you. Maybe you've chosen to go start walking the dog, and that's cool, but fitting it into your schedule is really difficult, and you have to get up earlier, which makes you crankier, and carrying a cup of coffee while you're walking the dog is tough, right? So it's like trying to cram it all into one place is not as easy as you thought it was going to be, and you're irritated with yourself, I think. So you're getting irritation at work from other people not coming on board with you being who you are at work, at your new job or situation, and the other one, or maybe they're upset because you're leaving. Haha, that could be it too. Those people might be just upset because you're leaving, and they're like, well, we invested in you. What happened? It's fine. It's going to be okay. Now then, marriage and relationships. Haha, let us see what's happening here. Oh, there's a big idea. Dum, dum, dum. Yay. I love it, because this means that you're coming into this situation in a happy mood. You're excited to see some new way of being in your relationship. You're going to try something excellent and like, hey, what if we moved in together? What if we tried dating on a regular basis, or, made something more? There's a new idea about how you want to do it, and there is no rules. I have no rules for anyone about how their dating should go, but whatever you're doing, you're creating something, and you have this great thing you want to try and see if it works, What if I go over to your house more often? Dun, dun, dun. That way, it's easier for both of you to be together. Don't forget the dog. The invisible dog that may or may not exist. Haha. Okay, let's talk about the death release department. All right. And yes, there is something going on where this particular week, the 6th through the 12th, there's new information about things you need to learn. So this is oh, look at that. Haha, Page of Wands. One more time. I got the Page of Wands here. This is the Page of Wands for this deck. And yeah, you are definitely in a position where you need to learn something more before you make any decisions. All right, so you're still hunting and gathering information before you make any major releases, okay? So don't do anything feisty or fast, okay? We're going to talk now about your travel or movement department, right? We had the Wheel of Fortune last week. Everything was very karmic for you. And now we have the Queen of Wands. You're very down to earth. You're easygoing. You are not flapping. You're not freaked out by anything that's happening around you. You are prepared to make good, clear decisions about your choices, about this movement or travel, okay? So you are completely personally ready, easygoing, ready to go. I feel like it's these people who aren't ready to have you change. which is always the way. Sometimes people change jobs suddenly and you're like, wait a minute, I thought we had a thing going here. And you're like, oh no. But here's what's crazy. Here we are in the ambition department, right? This is the thing that gets you up in the morning, besides the dog. Okay, we have the Fool. The Fool is you showing up and starting something brand new. This is, you are starting something brand new. This is like you jumping into a new job. Boom, you starting a new job. There was the doorway that was presented, and this is you stepping through it, okay? So it's taken you a week to get this thing going on. No wonder they're peeved. They're like, wait a minute, that was really fast. 1 minute we had a doorway, now we're freaking jumping right through it. This is crazy. So hang on to your hat, girly, or gentlemen. We are on the move, okay? So interesting, with all of this stuff happening, this is a big deal, right? Now, here we go. Let's now talk about your friends department, right? We had all the people around you and all that stuff. Interesting, you were having to work at it last week. I can see why, because now they're mad. You had friends at work, and now they're a little mad, like you're abandoning us. What's going on? And the answer is, I'm not abandoning you. Everything is cool. Watch me go. But now you actually are going to take a little time out from having to hang out with the friends, because you really need time to pack up and do what you've got to do, or get your head oriented to what you're planning on moving on to, okay? This doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that you don't have a lot of time for your friends right now. And that's okay. We don't always have to hang out with our friends. We just don't, all right? Now, we're going to go ahead and talk about the secrets department, the unknown, that covers pretty much more areas than usual, all right? So, remembering lessons from the past. Okay, so this is the Three of Wands, telling you that we want to remember lessons from the past. I can see why at work we want, here with your money, you want to pay attention to that. You want to remember lessons from your past with all those wonderful departments, right? I love this, because it's going to help you move forward more carefully and more gracefully. Oh, definitely here with the relationship, all right? And definitely with your friends. Even as you take a step back to do what you need to do, be gentle, be kind, and plan something for the future so that they have a date to look forward to seeing you, okay? Excellent. Now then, we're going to set that down there, and that is the week of the 6th through the 12th. So here we go. Let's move on to the 13th through the 19th. And yes, here's that deck that I'm not 100% sure what it's called right now. My brain is not registering that at all. It'll be in the comments below. I don't want to take any time out about it or fuss about. It doesn't really, it matters, all right? It matters, but I don't have time for it right this second. So it'll be there when it needs to be there, all right? So yes, let us go ahead and get these out. And now we'll go in depth in another reading later, but right now we're going to just do the overview, right? For the 13th through the 19th, what's going on with you? Hum, 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 hum. Seven of Pentacles. Your finances are working out. Your mind is registering that you are okay, all right? You have stepped into the there's always enough situation. Your brain is registering that you have enough. And you're taking a deep breath, and the stress is off. So you're feeling pretty okay. You're feeling like, okay, I got it. Everything is okay. Cool. Now then, we are talking about the money department. Oh dear. We have the Death card, showing that you may have to let go of something. So this might be that you've checked the T's and the I's, and you've been looking at the paperwork, and we don't offer the kind of health care you were looking for. Okay, well, you might have to give up on that, right? Whatever it is, you can have the job and the money, but there'll be something you have to give up to do it, okay? So just be aware of that, and be ready to make that little release, and don't be upset about it, okay? It's not going to be a massive loss. You will take care of the rest of it on your own. You'll even have more choices about that one area than you would have if they had offered you the one thing they offer, okay? So you're going to have more power as a result of letting this one thing go, okay? Cool. I feel like you're going to end up with a little bit more control over something. That's nice. Now then, we have the 10 of Wands talking about your communication department, all right? You are indeed, in your communication, you're going to be you're going to be saying goodbye to people. Okay, well, thanks so much. I had a great time. Thanks for all your help. Appreciate all the wisdom and knowledge you shared with me. I'm on my way. Bye. This really comes across as a farewell speech to let people know that I'm on my way. But you matter to me, and thank you so much. You will, of course, take a couple of them with you, but not all. All right? Now, with the family, we have the Two of Wands. You are indeed getting ready to step through into a new area where maybe you're able to be more around family than you usually are. Maybe the new job situation will allow you to be with family more. That's cool. Hopefully you're not losing your job. That would be a drag. But we were talking about starting something new, and indeed, you definitely started something new. So this is you stepping into a situation that offers you more time around family. Okay? Cool. Now then we're going to talk about something that you love and care about. Indeed, the Chariot. There will be movement in this department. You're going to spend a lot more time out there in the garden. You're going to have more time to walk that dog. You're going to have more time to appreciate the things that you love in your life, okay? You are totally making major moves. So maybe you're revamping the whole garden. Maybe you are looking at maybe walking the dog in the evening too. Teaching him how to catch a frisbee. I don't know. You're going to do something very cool that's going to be a major move within that space. Something moving forward, and that's good. We like to see you moving forward with something that you love because it's actually going to calm your brain, your heart, your mind all down. It's going to be so good. Okay? Now then, let us talk about the work health department for this week. Knight of Pentacles is showing up. Ah, yeah, now you're fighting for your worth and value at work, right? You're fighting to make sure that you're getting paid properly and that all your money is doing what it needs to do. Interesting, okay? Let that be what it is, and double check. Double check every little thing, right? We were letting go of certain things. Maybe you won't be getting the overtime you were hoping for, and now you're going to have to let go of that for a while, you know. Well, we don't do overtime for new people. Not right away. So you have to work 3 months before you end up getting any overtime, something like that. Don't be upset about it. Just realize that you have to go through the rigors before you get the bonus, right? Okay. And the other area, obviously your health department, you're going to be wanting to fight for your worth and value in a situation with your health. So you might actually have to really double down and apply yourself to your health, okay? You may not be paying attention to, you got so stressed out last week, maybe you just ate whatever you wanted to instead of paying attention to what you know you need to be working on, okay? And I know it's a bummer and it sucks, but the answer is your body is talking to you and telling you that it needs more love, okay? So when your body tells you that it wants you to fight for your worth and value, it's acting up and it's saying stuff. So I want you to listen to the conversation with your body, okay? Now then, let us talk about the next department is marriage and relationships. Yes. Very cool. We have the Six of Wands. You're in a position right now to carry out your ideas, share your ideas, and get your ideas listened to, and they're gonna be well received, okay? So Six of Wands shows me that, remember you had a big idea last week. This week it's going to be received very well. Alrighty. So what all the things you've been working on within your relationship to make things a little better, within either it's moving in together or setting up specific date nights or times when you hang out in a certain way, cool. It's all going to be received perfectly. No one's going to be mad if you add a little structure or boundaries or whatever you're doing. So everything is being received beautifully. Now, let's talk about the Death and Release department. Remember, we've been learning over the past 2 weeks from the Page of Wands what we needed to do. And now we have the King of Swords. All right, maybe you've been learning and learning and learning, and now this guy is going to come along and be very specific about what needs to go right now. Okay, so there's somebody going to show up in your life who says, all right, you've been hemming and hawing about this project for a while. If you're cleaning out your garage, per se, And he'll come up and say, you know, you can't hem and haw anymore. That's got to go, that's got to go, and that's got to go. All right? He's not going to be unclear. He's going to be very particular about what things need to go and when. All right? So, yeah, you waited too long. Okay? I know that sucks. It's time for you to make a choice, time to make some decisions. Somebody else might actually be pushing you to be more decisive and handle it right now. But I feel like this is somebody pushing you in the right direction and going, okay, go ahead. It's time to go. So your time is up on the waiting. You have to get busy doing, okay? This will be either somebody who's pushing you to be more decisive and quick, or it will be you who's being more decisive and quick and handling it. It's like, okay, the bell went off. I'm done. Let's do this. All right. So now we have the Seven of Swords in the travel and movement department. All right. You are going to be taking your power back in this situation. You were super chill last week, but now you're like, oh, I feel like I need to be more in charge of what's going on here. I am not feeling confident that anyone else is handling the situation properly. So I'm going to take it back. Okay. So you were waiting for somebody else to handle the paperwork or the logistics for whatever move you're making, and the fact is, they're not handling it. Now you got to do it yourself. So you're handling that business, and you'll keep them in charge of packing boxes or whatever, but you're not going to have them do that because they're not handling it. Okay? So one more time, being a little more decisive. Interesting. So let's talk now about our ambition. What gets you up in the morning, right? What's your cup of coffee this week? We are talking about the Knight of Cups, fighting for your heart's desire. Yes, all of this stuff that you don't go to a job that you don't love. That's just one of the things about you, okay? So the thing about you is what you love is what you do, right? Whether it's your hobbies or your work or your relationships. You want to fight for your heart's desire, okay? And you started something last week, and things have been a little wacky and a little weird in the overall reception this week. But once again, you're going to fight for it. You're going to say, no, wait. We can get this working, right? We don't have to have it all be weird and crazy and awful. We're going to make this right. Let's do this. So you're stepping up to the plate to make it work, all right? Now then, in the friends department, the people that you care about, the people that matter to you, new information about ways to make more money is coming up, which is interesting. And sometimes we learn things from our friends that we didn't know we needed to know. And if these are friends at work, they're certainly going to have new opportunities for you to say, oh, okay, if I do this one little side gig, I can make more money. Cool. That's nice. And that's good. Make sure it's legal, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, for those of you who have an opportunity to make a little extra cash on the side, do that. Maybe bring some baked goods and sell those, individually wrapped, of course. And presto changeo, you can take care of your people, and they will take care of you. All right. So now the unknown department for this week. This is the 13th through the 19th again, and we are, of course, we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is now going to apply to many areas this week, and it speaks to the feelings and the emotions behind what's going on, and expressing your feelings, not to be drama-y, but to be a person who is authentic about who they are and what they want, right? I feel like with your family you'll be doing that, with your movement you'll be doing that, at work you'll be doing that, and at work you'll be doing that, right? We have both of these are knights. That's good. Here, of course, yeah, you're definitely going to be decisive here, and you'll be using your information over here. So see, one more time, it's applying to many areas of your life, and I really like it. So you do a good job, and remember that you have everything you need, all right? Everything you need is right here. This is good stuff, all right? Cool. Now then, let's go ahead and talk about the very next week, the 20th through the 26th. This deck here is the Magical Nordic Tarot. I used it the last 2 months. This is the only repeating deck this month. and it was a gift from my sister. Shout out to Miss Carol. It is a terrific deck, and I really wanted to keep using it because it has a lot of good juju in there. It also has a couple of extra cards that are super interesting. They are brought in by the artist, who decided that it isn't like they're in addition to, well, yeah, they are. They're totally in addition to the major arcana, which isn't to say that the major arcana isn't exactly what it needs to be, but the artist felt compelled to add a few extra things. And so here we are. We have a few extra cards. If they show up, we'll talk about them, okay? So then, let us talk now about yourself for the week of the 20th through the 26th. We have the Magician. The Magician is here saying, yes, I have all the tools at my disposal. I can handle my business. I can take care of everything that's in front of me. And I love that you're feeling empowered this week. This is terrific. Very good energy. Glad to see that happening for you. It's been an interesting work to get here this month. I know, it's crazy, right? So good. Now we're going to move on to the money department. Things are evening out. You've worked it all out. You've got all the things are worked out. Now you know if you're paying for your own medical or whatever that is, you're getting what you wanted and everything is fair, okay? So you might be making more, but you might have to pay out more, but everything is evening out, okay? So things are getting good. There's fairness in the mix, and you like things to be fair. Perfect. So let's talk about it. We have the Three of Pentacles in the communication department. So one more time, we are talking about the money and how things are going with the money and who's making the money. And maybe this is what your job is talking about money and other people who might need a bump or might need, you might even be throwing somebody else's name in the hat for another job, maybe to replace you at your old job, right? So that's interesting and cool. We want you to be kind and help other people out in the process. That's nice. I know you like doing that stuff. It's very karmic and lovely. Right, and fairness coming into play. You're helping somebody else move forward. I love that. So that's good news. Now then, we're going to talk about the family department. Family finances are on up for discussion, and what's going on with you and your family about your money. You want to keep things balanced out, okay? Don't overspend with the family right now, okay? Keep within your budget, and that will be good for you, okay? Now then, we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is here talking about the love department. We're always talking about how we were talking about your hobbies and other things that you care deeply about, whether it's running with your dog or working in the garden. Things aren't going according to plan. Okay, so something is going on. Maybe your usual route has some major construction and you can't even go down one of the roads that's super basic and easy. And you can't fix that right now. So you have to change your route entirely. And so you're a little hung up about it. You're like, oh, I keep forgetting that the route's screwed and I have to keep doubling back to fix that and go somewhere else. So you're kerfuffled a bit. This could also be a major snafu within the gardening situation, like, oh no, the soil won't be delivered on time for the proper planting time, and I don't know how I'm going to grow a garden in the few months that are left. Oh, frustration and aggravation, okay? So it has to do with you having an expectation of how things should go and not having them go according to plan. So if neither of those things are very specific, I know, but if you get it, something isn't going according to what you were hoping for, and you're paying attention to that, all right? So now then, here we go. We're going to talk about the work and health department, and this is one of those new cards. It's called Charity. It's one of the extra cards that was added by the artist, and it speaks very plainly to me of you wanting to do something at work where you're giving a little extra, you're doing a little more. It isn't because you want brownie points, it's because you kind of feel like there's something more to be done, and you know you're the person who can do it. And you're just like, hey man, I'm stepping up, I'm doing what's in front of me, and wow, that I haven't even talked to you about the overriding messages. We're all stepping up. We're all 12 signs this month need to do certain things. The guiding messages from my better angels, we're talking about us stepping up, embracing family, watching our money and paying attention to, you know, how organized we stay. And you are doing all those things automatically, which is super cool. But I apologize for not mentioning it earlier in this reading. I just kind of got lost for a minute doing all the card stuff. So, but yes, this is about you wanting to give and wanting to be more on point at work. So you're going to actually do something really cool that is right within your wheelhouse. And it's just going to be you stepping up and doing that thing, right? You're going to do the right thing in this moment at work without anyone asking you to, which is super cool. And it's going to be great. People will think you're quite wonderful for having done so. They'll be a little surprised. Like, oh, look, that's nice. Cool. All right. But now in the health department, we are looking at how I feel like somebody else is going to come around you while you're doing something, whether it's a new workout or a new situation. They'll be like, oh, you're onto that sort of thing. Oh, so if you're a new to being diabetic, I know that nobody wants to hear that, but I'm just using it as an example. And somebody else is like, oh, my father had all these things for pricking his finger. Here, let me give you all of his diabetic gear because I don't need it anymore. He just passed away. We're good. So you can have that stuff for free. So they're going to be doing you a charity situation that is actually going to help you with your health and wellness. It probably won't be that. That's cool. But you know what I'm saying is that you're going to get a freebie. You're going to get somebody helping you out in an area where you're a little lost in the moment, but you're handling it. And now you won't have to spend money on that stuff, which is super cool. All right. Now let's go ahead and talk about marriage and relationships. All right. Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles shows me that you are indeed doing really well, feeling very abundant in this situation. Your relationship is going well. You're feeling abundant. It doesn't have to do with money. It has to do with how your heart's feeling. Your heart is feeling extremely abundant. So everything is going really well. Congratulations. Very nice. Now then, in the death release department, we're talking about the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles shows up when you have a yard sale and you make money, or you sell something online because you're like, oh, that was the thing he told me I had to get rid of. I put it up on the sale site, and somebody came and bought it and gave me money. Yay! Perfect. It's gone. You did the right things, and you made money. Well done. Now then, the travel and movement department in your life, we are talking about movement forward in different areas, but oftentimes just plain travel. How things are going in that department. It looks like you're working on your finances to make sure you have enough money for that particular thing. That means you're going to save some money, you're going to set some money aside, maybe you'll even get some advice on how to save the money very well. All right? So that's interesting. Very cool. Like that for you. Okay, and now we have the Eight of Cups. We're talking about that area of ambition. What gets you up in the morning? Where are you going? How are you going to get there? Let's see. All right. The Eight of Cups is showing me that there is a release taking place for you. I know that's weird to have that happening over here in the ambition department, but when you let go of somebody who's, maybe this is somebody who's under you but in the way, right? They're holding you up. Whoever this person is will be let go, but they will be somebody who is holding you up and holding you back. Or maybe just in your way. Maybe they're ahead of you and they needed to go. Maybe the person that has been training you to do your job is actually been training you to do their job, and now they're on their way. Maybe somebody else is having maternity leave, right? And they have to move on, but they had to train you first, so they'll be leaving and getting out of the way. So there will be a changeover of personnel. Don't be alarmed. It may be something that you have to instigate, or it may be something that just happens, okay? So you don't always have to touch it to make it happen, okay? Oh, charity. Somebody giving you their job. Nice. I like that. And you having an opportunity to be nice to them on their way out the door. Little basket of diapers. Da 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 da. Okay. You know, I'm all over sometimes, and it's fun. But here we go. This area here, we're going to talk about the friends department. There is new information that you have to learn about people that you're hanging out with now. You're getting to know the people in your new area a little bit more and a little more on point. So this is good. You're getting to know your new people. At work, you have to get to know new people and you learn new things. Awesome. Getting to know them is all the joy in the world, right? Very nice. So let's look at the area of your life that is talking about the unknown, the things that we don't already know automatically. We're paying attention to the unknown. We're taking care of this business, okay? So we have the 10 of Pentacles, showing me that money is good, and it might even be family money. You're making good money in some area, and that's wonderful. This money is indeed showing up in lots of areas. You made money here. You're feeling abundant over here. You're worried about your money with your family, and you're talking about money over here. So there's a lot of areas where money is coming up for you this week, and everything is abundant and fine. But yeah, we want you to know that you have everything you need, because you're using your tools to make everything happen just the way you want. All right? Nicely done. Excellent. So this is the week of the October 20th through the 26th. Let's go ahead and add one more layer of cards talking about the final week of October 27th through November 2nd. All right? So we're going to lay these cards out. They're a little bit wider than everything else, but that's why I put them on top, so that they wouldn't be sticking out all the time when we were doing the other readings. So yeah, this deck here is the MJ Cullinane, and it is one of the beautiful, it's the Guardian of the Night deck. So there are animals involved, which you know I love. If you've been on this channel at all, you know that I love animals and animal cards. But this is the only deck, and it's not really about the animals. It's just them representing what's going on within the tarot. All right? So what's going on with you and yourself right now, this particular week? We have the Hierophant. You are looking for structure inside your head. You're trying to get yourself reorganized, and that's cool. Getting organized as to and creating a structure within your head and in your heart and your life, because there's been a lot going on, lots of changes, lots of movement. Good. I love that. It makes sense to me in a lot of ways. Now, what's going on with your money? You are creating a foundation with your financial base, okay? So you are starting to figure out how you're going to save a little money and create more wealth and abundance for yourself. You're going to start putting stuff away automatically. It's going to go really, really well, and this is nice. You are a smart cookie, so you don't have a problem in that department. Good for you. We are now talking about the family department. This is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is really all about how, you know, you're getting new information that is going to be empowering for you in the family, but it's not information you need to share with everybody, okay? So it might be a little secret that you're learning about one of your parents or a sibling that you need to just keep to yourself until that person is ready to share that information on their own. This is not in the family department. My apologies. This is just communication. So it isn't about your family. Cool. It's a secret that you're receiving about something else. You will be getting information that isn't for everyone. All right. So the answer is take in the information and shh. Okay. Keep it to yourself. Nice. I'm glad it's not about your family. That's good news. Cool. All right. Let's talk now about your family. Bum, bum, bum. So yes, there is something going on with the family where you're wanting it to go a certain way, but it's not actually going the way you thought it should go. They're not getting on board like you thought, and you're feeling a little frustrated, a little irritated that it isn't the way you want it. Okay? That happens sometimes. Things just change and go differently than we planned. So just hang in there and readjust, okay? Just readjust. You can be flexible. That is one of the things we need to do this month, is be flexible. We all need to be flexible. All 12 signs need to be flexible. Go with the flow a bit, all right? And for you, that's in your family zone, all right? So let's talk now about your love department, right? We have the Four of Pentacles. Things are getting solidified. You have figured out your route. You've started to like the new route around the construction situation. You're paying attention. You're not having a problem with that. The foundation of your fitness situation with your family, with this thing that you love is going really well. The dog is catching the frisbee. Everything is going really, really well. Nice. You've worked for it. This is not accidental, okay? And if it's something about your garden, you're starting to be able to pick some things and harvest some food, and you're having a good time sharing it with friends and family and knowing that you're like, hey man, look at what I did. Ha ha ha. I grew stuff. So this is great. You're feeling abundant and you're feeling squared away and like you have a nice solid foundation in that department, which is so good. Okay? Now, we're going to go right on ahead and move into the work health department. So, Nine of Pentacles. Yes, this is good. Remember how over here in the money department you have a nice foundation? Now, Nine of Pentacles is showing that you have plenty of money and plenty of stuff going on. You have taken care of your finances so well that everything is coming up perfectly. Nice. Now then, that's at work, right? So now what we're going to talk about is your health, right? So you have indeed started to become abundantly clear and you're getting a hold of whatever your medical situation was. Yeah, you are the boss of yourself. You're getting that diet straightened away. You are feeling good and feeling strong. Excellent. Nice. Everything is falling into place. Perfect. Now then, let's talk about marriage and relationships. We have the King of Cups. This is a male energy person who is sharing their feelings. Aw, somebody who's sharing their feelings and letting everyone know what's going on. So within the relationship, there's going to be some serious communication. I want you to pay attention to what's being said. Hear the words. Don't just listen, but hear, okay? Take in the information, mirror it back. Say it back to the other person so that they, unless it's you sharing your information, and then hope they can send it back to you. Make sure they're hearing it, actually understanding what you're saying, because your feelings are important and you want to be able to express them and not be ignored, right? So try and make sure you get them mirrored back, all right? Now we have death and release. What are we getting rid of? We made money last time. Now we have the Knight of Swords. Ooh, fighting for power. All right, so you're probably in a situation now where, remember that King of Swords? He was telling you exactly what you had to do. There's something in the mix of things that you wanted to release, or he wanted you to release, that you're going to say, well, I really kind of want that thing. I want to keep that thing if I can. Please let me keep that thing, okay? You got rid of the other things. I've made progress. I would like to keep this one thing, all right? So you'll have to fight for that and have a convincing argument as to why that's something you need, and then you'll be able to work it out, okay? Now we have the travel and movement department. Where are we going? What's going on? Oh, you need to figure it out because this is the Moon card. This is showing me that you need to figure out where you want to go and how you want to get there, okay? It isn't quite clear. You have to make decisions about where your dreams and goals are, right? You can't just travel without knowing what your destination is. So you have to figure out what your big plan is. So you're going to be getting your ideas down on paper. Maybe you'll be writing things down, getting them more organized. That would be smart. Journal it out if you need to figure out where you really want to go. So let's talk now about ambition. What's getting you up in the morning, right? What's getting you up in the morning? What's that cup of coffee for you? We have the King of Swords. Aha. You want to be in charge of something. You want to be stepping up and being in charge of something. Maybe after this person left, now you are in charge. You're the one taking care of this stuff. You are the key holder. This is somebody who is handling all the power. Okay. So with this person, and if this is you now, I feel like it is. We want you to remember to be a good king. Be the person who handles their power properly. You take care of your people take care of you, right? That's very important. And we want you to know that, yes, you can do the right things by people, listen to what they have to say, and take their situations into consideration while making sure everything is covered. This is going to be great. You're going to do a good job, okay? Just sort of listen to your people, figure out what they want and what they need and how you can best help them. Get what they need, and then they will help you, all right? Cool. We'll talk more in depth about this in another video. But yes, we're going to talk now about your friends and the people around you, that you were getting to know them, you were learning new things about them and how they work and what they want in their lives, and that was cool. So now we have the Three of Pentacles showing up. Hey, we had that back there, didn't we? Yeah. New information about ways to make more. We had the Page of Pentacles, haha. But now we have the Three of Pentacles. This is showing that there is somebody within your group who's throwing your name around, thinking about you for another position. Interesting, isn't it? When people keep wanting to make sure you're making enough money and helping you out. You have good friends. This is nice. So let that be okay. Let that be fun. Take in the information, see how it plays. I mean, you obviously have some serious stuff going on, but this might have to do with that side hustle we talked about. So it could be information that you can use, all right? So now we have the unknown, right? The area of the unknown, the thing that is the one card that's going to play in many areas. Let's talk about the Page of Cups. Information about things that you love and care about. All right, so you're taking on more information. I like that. This is probably going to have to, well, that's talking about the communication department. It's talking about family and love for sure. So yeah, and you have new information over here in your health and work department that is putting you in a place of abundance. Yeah, I love that. I mean, these things couldn't speak more to one another. I love that. But yes, you're definitely using this Page of Cups, information about things that you love. I think that's also working over here in your release department, because I feel like that's why you're fighting about it. It's because you found out some new information about something you have. It's worth more, and you can't sell it the way he wants you to, so you want to fight for that. All right. So this is it. This is what the overview looks like now, and I am going to go ahead and clean up this mess so we can go in depth on the very first week. All right? Wait right here. Ta-da! Look at what I did. Ha-ha! So here we are. We're going to go ahead and go in depth on this particular week, which is September 29th through October 5th. Yes, indeed. I'm going to go ahead and lay out the additional 24 cards. Yes, the first round is going to be where we are. And, well, the first round is where we are. This round will be what's blocking you for this week. And then we'll do a round of solutions, all right? It won't take as long as it seems like it'll take, so bear with me. And do, of course, if you think this is crazy and ridiculous, you can go ahead and leave me a comment. But if you think this is awesome and very informative, you can also leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, because I won't know if you don't tell me, all right? And I might just keep going with this if you don't tell me that this isn't working for you. This deck has very interesting additional cards to it. Each deck has some interesting quirks, right? So this deck has a past, present, and future card in it, cards. So we will see them show up some places, and we'll talk about them when they come up, all right? See how they apply in those areas. All right, so that is all the cards we're putting out for this week. Let us go ahead and talk about what's going on with you personally for the week of September 29th through the 5th. We started out with the Devil. Something about what's going on in your head is fighting with you. You're fighting with yourself. You're trying to stay on course, but there's some part of you that kind of wants to be bad, all right? We all go through that sometimes. We have to work it through, all right? Where you're blocked is in relationship stuff, so you're not really doing okay with the relation. Your head is not feeling coupley, all right? That's it. It just means your head's feeling like, I'd rather not do the coupley thing. Relationships are blocked for you in the moment, so just kind of let that be. It's like, in this way, the Two of Cups is coming through as a hermit, okay? Don't be alarmed. It doesn't make anything bad. It just means, hey, But you do definitely have something going on where you want to take your ideas and move on forward. So you have a little wanderlust going on. Don't be alarmed about that. That's going to be helpful to you, especially with all the things that are happening for you. All right. So we were talking about your money department having the Chariot. Things are changing within your money area. Things are going to get going in a different direction. You might need to pay attention and make sure things go smoothly. All right. So we want you to work out how much you're going to make, where it's going to go, and how it's going to get there, and all that good stuff. Yeah, sometimes, money makes us a little nuts because of our past life experience. You know, I don't mean past lives as in, you know, when you were a zombie in another lifetime. I'm talking about earlier in your life when you were a kid, you learned things about money. And maybe those things were great, and maybe they were not great. So whatever happened to you, you're reviewing it. It's coming up for review. It's slowing you down. All right. So whatever you learned about money, maybe you learned that, maybe someone said when you were a child, they said, you're never going to make any money and you're going to be poor as dirt for the rest of your life. So we have to unprogram that. That is going to slow you way down. Okay. So you need to remember that whoever that was full of hooey, and you can punch them in the face in a meditation. Aha! And that will free you from that issue, right? So now you can step into this like a grown-up and say, no, I got my money situation and I'm worthy of this big paycheck. I'm all good. Watch me go. All right? And once you've done that and you've worked through this is a growth moment for you about money, because we have to learn that the stories we were taught when we were kids aren't always true or good. And now we need to, when we do all this work, something wonderful happens. The Four of Wands. We have a marriage of ideas, things coming together, somebody programming you with new information like you can be a millionaire. Watch this. Ha! And you're going to be able to step forward into how you handle your money in a new and better way. It's going to be awesome. Your communication department, right. We're being abundant and clear in our words. We're sharing about money a little bit, and we're taking care of it. We're taking care of that money business, okay? Whether it's putting everything on auto pay so we can be a little more free in how we handle our stuff. You're definitely handling it, okay? Good for you. We have the Queen of Cups. This is the Queen of Cups, and she is telling us that so an emotionally based feminine energy person is going to be in the mix of while you're communicating about this stuff, and they're going to be sharing feelings, and they might slow you down. Maybe they haven't done their own work. Maybe they haven't done the work to fix their programming, so they're trying to bring up old stories that don't matter anymore, right? That don't apply to you in your situation. So be aware of who they are and what they're bringing to the table. You don't want to dismiss them out of hand. That will break their little hearts. But you might want to listen, nod, and acknowledge, and then walk away, right? You may not need to apply it to your life, okay? So we have the Six of Cups showing that you are definitely in a position where things are going well, right? You are going to actually be able to share your knowledge and understanding, and it will be very cool. I like that. So your communication skills are coming into play. You're going to do very well. When you share, you'll be sharing from your heart here, more so than from your wallet, okay? Or from your money experiences, but you want to share the feelings. Maybe you'll share your feelings with her, and she'll understand now, oh, I see. And maybe she'll see the error of her knowledge base. So let's talk about family. We talked about you feeling empowered and appreciated within your family. This is great news. I love it when people start to step up and go, oh, no, this person has worth and value. We want to let them be in charge. Was she smart? She knows things. Ta-da! You are being seen as an adult now within your family, but you will somehow need to, fighting for your power within the family isn't necessary, okay? They see you as an adult. Excellent. Don't fight about it, or don't make it a bigger deal than it needs to be, okay? The Knight of Swords shows up to say, you don't need to do that. That's unnecessary information, unnecessary roughness. You will be receiving information within your family that will be empowering for you. It'll add to your power base, but it's going to be a secret. So this may be a relative or somebody in your family having some information, or something is going on with a family member, and it's not for you to share, okay? Whatever it is that they share with you, it's private, and you need to take that stuff either to the grave or until they're ready to share it themselves, okay? So that's okay. You do you, and that is perfectly fine, okay? So keep the secret in the family. Okay, cool. Now then, we're moving over to the thing that you love. Remember, we were getting some justice. We were finding some fairness. We were finding more time to do the thing that we love. Yay! Very cool. I love that we've gotten that and that it's coming together for you. Two of Swords. Letting you be in fear about stepping into this situation. It's like, wait a minute, if I spend more time in the garden, this means I'm putting down roots in a place, and I have never done that before, and I feel very awkward about it. So literal roots, but also figurative roots. You know, if you've been a mover and a shaker for most of your life, or maybe you don't stay in one place very long, you find yourself unclear or nervous about putting down roots, putting down anchors, becoming embedded in a place, right? It's like, okay, it's fun to have a few friends, but I don't want to have too many friends. I want all my friends to be people who are as movie abouty as I am. Transient, portable. I have portable friends. So you are in a position where you're actually starting to get to know people, and the things that you love are going to make you more grounded, more firm, more in one place. So that's very interesting considering all the other things that are happening. But yeah, so that's you're nervous about it. And the solution is for you to remember your past, okay? This is the past coming up, showing that things that happened in the past for you are going to be part of your solution. Maybe you figured out that you have a really good green thumb, and maybe you found out that green thumb, if you want to do gardening, you can do container gardening, and then it's actually portable. So just a thought out there for you. But yeah, you can make this new thing that you're getting into better for yourself, just remembering how things went in the past and how you want it to be different. I feel like you're hoping, we started with justice. You really want things to be more fair for you and more fair for others when you're involved, okay? When this is something that you love and care about. So we want you to get into it and take care of yourself that way, okay? So yes, let's look at the work and health department, right? So we talked about how you were letting something go. This might be you letting go of a job that no longer suits you, all right? Letting go of coworkers, letting go of an expectation about what's happening at work, okay? The Nine of Wands, standing up for your ideas, will block you in this situation, so you want to be careful about how you approach the situation. Maybe this person is already on their way, and you don't have to kick them out on their way. You know, you're like, oh, I really want you to leave. Doof. Like, you don't have to push them. They're already going. Don't worry about it, okay? So don't block yourself that way. And, of course, looking for more structure, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is here showing me that, yeah, you are going to want to maintain a decent structure within the situation. So even as the release is taking place, and you're doing these things and you're not pushing for anything there, you want to stay within the structure, okay? Stay within the little box that's yours. You don't have to be running around the office gossiping about what's going on. In fact, you want to stay in your cubby, stay on your job, stay doing what you're doing, stay focused. Even though in your heart you're kind of smiling, like, yeah, that's happening, that's okay. Big changes, things are leaving, all good. So keep that in mind at work. This may or may not have to do with work for you. This might have to do with your health. And in your health department, we are being told there's new information about something you need to take care of, okay? This is about you releasing something. This could be your new dietary restrictions for yourself. This could be a way of thinking about yourself that you need to let go of. Whatever it is, you want to release it, okay? Because you're not dying. We're all dying one day at a time, okay? But the answer is, this is not a death card talking about you dying, okay? Just to be clear, that's not what's going on here. And sure enough, sticking with your own ideas is going to get you in trouble. So if you keep defending your poor dietary habits, you're just going to get yourself closer to that place before you want to get there, okay? So your solution is to create a new structure. You might need to go through your kitchen and wipe things out. You might need to create new prepackaged meals for yourself, or even buy prepackaged meals and call that done. You know, it's like, okay, I have a structure now. I can't veer off the road. Here I am. I'm doing exactly what's in front of me. I need to take charge of this situation, and my health will not suffer because I'm doing that. So I'm excited for you to be getting better and taking better care of yourself there. Okay? Cool. Now then, let's talk about marriage and relationships. 9 of Cups. You are happy. Everything is going just the way you want it to. Very nice. I love to see this for you. Wishes are being fulfilled. Everything is going just the way you want it to in your relationships. Very good. Now we have the Queen of Wands, a like-minded person, feminine energy person will be in the mix. Maybe sharing information with you that is going to actually block you from being happy. Oh, what? Who is this? Is she jelly? Is she jealous? Is she trying to knock you off your I don't know who this person is, but I want you to send her on her way. Maybe she's one of those angry sisters, you know? Somebody who's not supportive, but adding information that will be a block for you, right? I don't know what that is. Be aware of it. Take it as it comes. And know that the 10 of Pentacles shows me you're not going to take any of that stuff for anything more than just information. Let it fly into the information file, and then it doesn't have to do anything other than sit there, okay? This isn't going to stop you. This is the 10 of Pentacles. This is absolute bliss in a family way, and yes, absolute abundance. So, yeah, 9 of Cups to 10 of Pentacles. Perfect. Love that. So your relationship is going really well in spite of her. So ignore her or take the information and send her on her way. Okay? Because, you know, she's kind of weird. So now we're going to talk about the death and release department, right? So we have, we were learning new things. We have the Page of Wands here. You want to learn more stuff. Don't get... And the more you learn, you're getting a little hung up on the situation. Like, oh, wait a minute, what? I had a different idea about how this was going to go. So you're a little hung up. You're like, I'm not really sure what I think about that. So you're going to try integrating the information. You're going to stop yourself from moving forward. But that's okay. Because fighting for your ideas is what you're going to do. Interesting. I love that. This is a Knight of Wands. So you go from learning stuff to fighting for what you want. Okay, so this is you saying, okay, this is what I want. Haha, I've heard what you've said. It's not what I wanted here, so I'm going to share what I want, and we'll see how it gets received. All right. We know later on there's the guy with the swords coming up, but we'll talk about him when we get there. It takes a couple weeks to get there. So now let's go ahead and talk about the travel and movement department in your life. We have the Wheel of Fortune showing that you are indeed working your way through and getting to a place where, yeah, your karma is working for you. This is good news. What's blocking you is, interestingly, free money slash money, easy money in this situation. An abundance of money is going to be blocking you from working your karma in this department, travel and movement. So maybe it's not best to share with other people that you have all the money you need. If you want to travel on a bargain, on a budget, Sometimes when you tell people you have all the money you need, they go big, and they don't ever pay attention to the budget. So tell them you're not wealthy, and they will work within the budget. Okay, so it's a karmic lesson for you to have money and not let it block you. Okay, so cool. You are going to be learning new empowering information. This is the Page of Swords, so you will get new information that will empower you in the situation. You'll find about, maybe you want to travel around the world and you're finding out there's a really inexpensive ticket to go all the way around the world, and all you have to do is this, this, and this. So that's the right way to do it, is to do it on the bargain situation, and you will have a good time doing it. So cool. But once again, we can't tell them you're oh, I have $1 million. I want to travel around the, well, we're gonna spend your money. Don't you worry. So yeah, don't tell them that. That will stop everything from being a bargain. And your karmic lesson is to, yeah, take care of it. Make sure you stay in budget. All right, cool. So now then, we're gonna go right on over here to the ambition department. All about getting up in the morning and getting going the way you want to. All right. Two of Wands. A doorway opens. Something is opening up for you, a new opportunity presenting itself, maybe for a short time, maybe not a long time, but at the same time, you're definitely having a doorway open. Very cool. I like to see movement and change in this area. Nice. The financial foundation may or may not be super strong, or the money, if you focus on the money, about this doorway, it will hold you back. Okay, so that's true to fact, as we've seen already in the overview. Yeah, so don't worry about the money. If you worry more about the money than you do about the experience, I think the experience is what we're really going for here. Okay, because yeah, the Ten of Swords is here. Dun dun dun. You're going to be put in charge. You are going to be the guy in charge. The solution is you being empowered. Okay, so this is not a move for you to make $1 billion. This is a move for you to become better in control. Okay, so very nice. I like that for you. And of course, when you are the Ten of Swords, what do? We take care of our people, and our people take care of us. We are a good king. We don't squash people. We make sure people have what they need, and we work it through. Okay? Nice. Excellent. Let's go ahead and talk about our friend department. All right? So, remember, we've been experiencing some stuff. We were thinking about setting down some roots and getting kind of interested in stuff. This is really interesting how everything has been moving along in different areas. But this particular area, you need to work in a little bit. You know, you're going to have to put in some effort if you want to make friends in this new area. If you decide you want to put down some roots and stay a little while, getting to know your neighbors would be helpful and smart. They could be helpful, but also fun. So let's just sort of think about it. And if you do decide you want to do that, you're going to want to get to know the people around you. All right? Put in the work. You have to put in the work. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you want to have friends, if you want to have people around you as a posse, you have to put in the work. Make time for them. Okay? Now the Three of Wands. Haha. You're going to be learning about them. You're going to be getting to know them, learning about who they are, what they're about. Remember to try and get those names quickly. I know it's hard. Sometimes you're like, okay, maybe I'll just get to know one of them at a time. So I'll learn Sally's name. I'll learn about where she's come from, where she works, da 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 da. Sometimes when you meet too many people all at once, you're like, I'm never going to get your name. I'm not going to remember what your deal is, but I'm going to try. Okay? But don't let learning about them block you from moving forward. Okay? Don't let this be a block for you doing what you need to do. Okay? So this is, of course, the Fool. Your solution is to jump right in. Don't be afraid of learning about people. Don't be afraid to hop right in and get going with it. It comes across as work, but it's going to be fun. You're going to have a good time. What? Might be popping beers with people, show up next door holding a six-pack. Presto changeo, you got new friends. Just like that. It's easy. It's not so hard to make friends, really. So now we show up over here into the area of the unknown. So these are 3 cards that will represent stuff going on. in all areas. So we're going to see how it works, all right? We have the Five of Swords. We talked about you feeling more empowered, getting your stuff together and knowing new information, and also applying that information, but also taking your power back in other areas, okay? Stepping up and getting more involved, right? We said that works in the friends department. That's going to be working over here, right? We're going to, yeah, take our power back with that person, right? Want to take our power back in the money department. We're definitely taking our power back here, and with our health, right? Very good. And I think you're going to be taking your power back over here with your friends, even though you don't know them yet. Haha. And here, you're definitely going to be taking power back there. Love that. Good job. Now then, what's blocking you overall? What's a weird blockage coming for you? And we have the King of Pentacles. An overriding concern about your finances seems to be an issue. So we're going to have to, in the money department, we'll want to not over-focus on that, not over-focus over here, right? And not over-focus over here. And certainly don't over-focus in your relationships about money. But your communications are also going to be very financially focused. So all these areas are going to be places where you want to, don't let it hold you back, okay? Don't let the money conversation hold you back from moving forward, all right? And yes, you're using your best judgment in all of these areas about what you're going to do and how you're going to handle it. Your judgment is going to be on point, so very good. You will be able to trust yourself to make good decisions in this situation. I am so excited to see this for you. My goodness. Libra. Wow, right? Well, I really hope that you liked this reading. I hope that if it was too long to get here, you were able to buzz down, fast forward the video until you got to this section. Totally understand that. And if you want to leave me a comments about how you received this reading and the overview, etc., I would really appreciate any input you have. If it's too much, let me know. If it's not enough, hey, cool. But you definitely give me some information and I'll be able to use that or do something with it, right? If you do comment, I will respond personally because I'm a tiny little baby channel, which leads me to the idea that if you would like to like and share this video or even subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. It helps me get the message out and it helps that algorithm thing. I really am just at the beginning, and I appreciate the one and the all of you. I love you guys, and I'm here to make sure you have as much information as you need so you can be ready for the next week. All right? We'll talk next week about the 6th through the 12th. We'll see you then.